Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to take a look at Hop's Zacian EX. This is going to be an interesting deck to play, and I'm kind of looking forward to it because there was like one guy at my locals who played it, went 0-3 drop, and he was like, yeah, this deck sucks. So, a while ago, obviously I had his list, worked on it a little bit, but didn't really think anything of it. And then a fellow content creator put out his own video on Zacian EX, so I'll have that linked in the description below as well. And it seemed to do pretty alright, so let's see how it does. So before we continue, as per usual, there'll be the usual timestamps. So there'll be the deck list, which is also available to copy in the description below. There's also the games that we'll play, and of course the outro, what I think of the deck. We have got a lot of decks to get through. Obviously this one is from the Sibling Sunday episode. That is due to come out, but yeah. This one I'm not able to show you yet, because obviously I want to keep the build secret. So, obviously, the Hop Zacian has the attack Insta Strike. So this attack does 30 damage base. Obviously, that can be buffed, which we'll talk about in a second. And it also does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. The attack Brave Slash, which would be for 3 metal and 1 colorless, we're not going to be using today. We're only going to be using Insta Strike. Obviously, this is obviously not a great attack, but we do have ways of buffing that. For a start, we have Hop Snorlax. Attacks used by your Hops Pokemon do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon before applying weakness and resistance. Obviously, this would matter against something like Lilith's Clefairy, but ultimately, metal weakness is quite uncommon. Then, of course, we do have Hops Cramorant as a cheap single prize attacker, and he's very good. He can hit up to 210 in this list, which is also nice. And then, of course, we have Munkidori to help move extra damage around. Obviously, we mainly play Dark Energy in this list. There is one Jet Energy, but obviously the Munkidoris are just there for helping us not only put a bit more damage on the board, but also set up things for Insta-Strike. Then, of course, for the late game, we of course have a Bloodmoon Ursaluna, because if we didn't have one of these, this deck would be even worse. But still, I don't think this is going to be a great deck to play, but it seemed to do okay in the videos that I saw, so looking forward to trying it. So, let's get to the deck list, and let's have a look at it. And welcome to the deck list. So as you can see, it is quite heavy on the tools, it's also quite heavy on the stadiums, but the Pokemon line is actually quite thin. We're only playing 2 Hop Zacian, 2 Hops Cramorant, and 2 Hops Snorlax, but we can work with that. So as I said, the Hop Zacian is a pretty good attacker on its own. Primarily this is what we're going to be using in the early game, because obviously we can just Hops Choice Band this little guy and attack for free. That's one of the main things. That's why we're running 4 Hops Choice Bands, so that way we can use them on the Zacians, we can use them on the Crams, and we can just start getting swinging early without having to put our Dark Energy commitment. Obviously, mainly we want to be using our Dark Energies on the Munkidoris, but we do have an Energy Switch where required if we do need to put an energy on one of our attackers. Obviously, one thing we can do is, once we're done Munkidoring, we can actually Energy Switch onto the Snorlax, attach to the Snorlax for turn, and actually swing with the Snorlax. I don't remember what the cap is for Snorlax. It's 170, 200. I think it's 230 is the highest on the Snorlax, because it does stack. It does apply to himself, but the effect doesn't stack. So, of course, 2 Munkidoris, 1 Bloodmoon Ursaluna, 1 Iron Bundle for a little bit of soft gusting, 1 Latias, 1 Fez. We're then playing 4 Research, 4 Arven, 2 Boss, 1 Iono, which I think you could go higher, 4 Nest Ball, 4 Pokégear, 3 Night Stretcher, 3 Team Rocket's Venture Bomb. This is to obviously put extra damage into play and obviously give our monkeys something to do. 2 Hops Bag, 2 Earthen Vessel, 1 Energy Switch, 1 Counter Catcher, 1 Prime Catcher, which is our ace spec. There's quite a bit of gust in this list, as you've noticed. 4 Hops Choice Band, 2 TM Evo, or Devo, sorry. Again, if we can set damage up with the Zacian and the monkeys, we want to ideally Devo. Then, of course, Postwick, which give our Hops Pokemon an extra 30 damage. And then, of course, 5 Dark Energy and 1 Jet Energy. Jet Energy is just there to help against Maractus, because, you know, that can obviously be a problem. But, obviously, we do have the Prime Catcher as well, so we do have a couple of switch-outs in here, but I would love to play a Turo in this list, personally. Like to both heal the bear, get rid of something that's heavily damaged, or just in general have versatility. But other than that, other than increasing the Iono count, I think this list is perfectly fine. So, let's see how we do with it. Let's get to it. Welcome to the first game. This will be interesting to play. I'm looking forward to it. Like I've had a couple of test games with it, and it seems okay, but still, obviously, it's not always guaranteed to be like amazing at the box. But hopefully we get some good games today. Obviously we'll try and at least do 2. Obviously if the opponent, if we manage to get a donk, which this deck can actually donk, we will obviously think about that. Another card that would go pretty hard in this list, I think, is a Squawk. Like getting extra cards into play and everything, just having the Squawk option. Oh, thank God it's not starting the bear. That would have been bad. And it's an Applin. Oh boy, this guy's going to have a bad day. Something tells me he's playing Hydrapple. Or it could... yeah, it is Hydrapple. This ought to be interesting. I would laugh if it's someone from a Discord that I'm in, but yeah, this is not going to end well for my little friend here. So, first of all, we will Arven. So we're going to grab a Hop's Bag and a Choice Band. The reason why we're grabbing Hop's Bag is because we can grab our basics easier. So we'll take a Zacian and a Snorlax. So I have prizes Zacian, that's fine. Obviously, Bear is in hand, so we know that. Not prized to Hop's Cram. Okay, that's not too bad. Obviously, we've just played an Arven, so we don't need to worry about that. I think we have a Pokégear in hand. No, so that's one of the prizes. That's fine. Venture Bombs are fine. We've got a Choice Band in the prizes. We've got a Postwick in the prizes, and we've got a Dark Energy in the prizes. That's not bad at all, I'll be honest. So to save on the energy attachments, I'm going to grab my Latias. So obviously Cram is a basic. I'm going to attach the energy to the Snorlax, because then he can obviously do his thing. Well then Hop's Choice Band there. And yeah, we'll just Insta-Strike. Obviously it doesn't do anything to the Teal Mask, because obviously it is a Terror. But we do take out the Applin very early, which is important. So already we've got pressure on the opponent. We took out their already basic, and we also had a Hop's Bag prize. Forgot to mention that one. Yeah, this is a good start. Very good start. Obviously, if need be, we can always come up with the Snorlax, because Snorlax can do quite a bit of damage. But obviously, we just need to get, you know, there. Okay, and Iono actually helps us here. We kind of need to see a Postwick and a Choice Band here. Well, that's not great. Yep, Hydrapple. That's fine. What we can also do is we can keep an energy around so we can cram this Ogerpon in future. Because Ogerpon is very vulnerable to a cram here. Obviously, we do need the Choice Band and the Postwick, so we do need quite a bit. Obviously, we already have the Snorlax ready. But it's just something to bear in mind. So he does, I think, 90 damage with this attack. 30, 60, 90, 120, yeah. Because of grass resistance. So it's not really worth him swinging, and if he does, we can punish that if we get a Munkidori. Bravery Charm, okay, interesting. Wasn't expecting that, but we can deal with that. We can at least use Hopzation and damage the Applin. That's fine with me. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Well, there's the Hop's Choice Band, so 140, 170, 200. We're short with the Snorlax, but I will attach it to him anyway. Let's go for a Pokégear. Do we get an Arven? Yes, we do. That's good for us. So what that means now is we can grab a Nest Ball. And we can grab another Choice Band. We're not going to use the Choice Band now. We could then Nest Ball for Munkidori. Attach a Dark Energy to the Munkidori. Adrenabrain 3 off the Zacian. Plonk it on the Applin. We obviously heal 30 here, so it's fine. And then we can Instant Strike with 90 for free. And take out the Applin. And that's a concession. Excellent. That was just the power of Zacian. Like, it's always been one of those like early aggressive decks, but it kind of falters in the late game. But generally, that was off to a good start. Let's go to a game 2. And welcome back. We even got to Galvantula rank. I've barely played the ladder since it reset, I'll be honest. Just not had time. And plus, obviously I've got my main channel to do as well, so it's a bit, you know, multitasking, but still. That was not a bad start. Like, we obviously had the early pressure, which helped out. Obviously, them starting an Applin was quite nice. then obviously was able to just keep pressure constantly on the Applins, which was nice. So that's at least something. Okay, we're going first. I could deal with that. Depends on the opening hand, I guess. Okay, that's a Mully. That's annoying, because we did have a Postwick, but that's okay. So Lightning Sleeves don't really tell me much, but I would imagine that we're dealing with possibly an electric deck. Could be Jolteon, you don't know, with these sleeves. No, it's Miraidon. That's fine. We'll keep the Jet Energy in hand, so let's go for a Nest Ball. So we've not prized any of our attackers, which is good. Bear's going to be very vital in this game as well. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. We've got all our Nest Balls in hand, so we know that much. We've got a Pokégear in the prizes. None of our Hops bags are. We've got 2 Venture Bombs in hand. Yeah, so we prize a Dark Energy, otherwise the rest of the prizes. Why did I fail that? This is probably why I shouldn't play while sleepy, but it's fine. Do that. Nest Ball again. We'll grab the Lati. We prize the Munkidori is one of our other ones as well. I might as well play the Venture Bombs now. Excellent. And second one. Hey, we got 2 for 2. I'll take it. I'll go Choice Band now. Pass. I'll make them think I'm sitting on a research in hand. Because then it's a higher chance of them Ionoing us. I like to play mind games when it comes to Pokemon TCG sometimes. It's a very useful thing, like, especially when it comes to bluffing, because there's no rule against bluffing, believe it or not. Okay, we're playing an Arven. That's slightly annoying, but we can deal with that. But yeah, I remember once I made my hand small in a League Cup once. I was playing Mamoswine at the time. I made them think I had a Research or an Iono for a fresh 6 or 7. No, my hand was dead, so I had 2 Fighting Energy just sat in my hand. I'd already attached one for turn to one of my Swinubs. And yeah, he thought I had like a Research or an Iono, so he Iono'd me. And yeah, I actually won the game because of that bluff, so it was at least something to think about. Okay, so this Zeraora is going to be an issue. So I'm tempted to pop the bundle and see what they give me. And I think we will. We'll use the bundle. Obviously, we can't knock this out because we are 10 short on it. If he gives me the Magnemite... Ooh, I don't agree with that, Chief, but okay. Your choice, I guess. So we'll go for an Instant Strike for 90. And we'll ping the Zeraora. Still remember when Zeraora... Was it... What gen was Zeraora? Was it Sun and Moon generation? I don't remember this, to be honest. Oh, he's got the F-Beck in hand. Slightly annoying. You can take out our Latias, but that's fine. We can deal with that. Because that takes all of his energy out of play. So I get what he's doing. But I don't think it's going to work out for him, personally. But we'll find out, you know. I'm not going to jump to conclusions. We can obviously take out the Zeraora and put damage on the Magnemite. So that's at least something. There's an Nest Ball for a Fez. Excellent. Good top deck that was. Flippity Scrippity. Okay, that's not great. Let's go for a Pokégear. Iono would be nice. For sure. I'll bench the Munkidori so we have it, and then Iono. Because they could have Magneton in hand. That's my thought process. Okay, that's not bad. So we can put the Hop's Choice Band on the Snorlax. Dark Energy to the Munkidori. Then we can Insta Strike. And do we want to hit the Iron Hands again? The one that's already damaged. Or do we want to start pinging this Magnemite? I'm going to put it on the Magnemite, I think. I can deal with the Iron Hands later if need be, so it's not a major concern. If I can try and take out his energy acceleration, that's going to benefit us. This is a very interesting deck to pull. I still think it needs a third organization, but like, you know, it's got the Ultra Ball, that's not good. So we can go in with the Magneton, but the thing is the the Miraidon is 10 short on the attack. So unless he's playing something like a Vitality Band... Okay, he's going for it. One thing as well is also we do take a prize from the Magneton, so that does put us back on even prizes, which is good. Obviously, we only know he has Lightning Energy here. He's going for the triple attach to the Miraidon. He must have a Gust or something. He's got to have Gust, because you wouldn't do that if he didn't have Gust. Because hitting the Zacian for 220 just doesn't help you. Yeah, there's the Gust for the Fez. That's frustrating. But 0 card hand, though, that could be something. We could use that against him. Tandem Unit. We're Tynamo and a Zekrom. He's threatening the Zekrom play. Okay. Well, luckily, because he's taken out a Fez, that means we can go with Bear. So we can go Arven for Bear. Well, Arven for Nest Ball and Bear. So we can promote the Munkidori since it does have the retreat option. There's a Night Stretcher. I'm not going to Night Stretcher back to Fez. We don't need to. Okay, that's bad. We've obviously used all our Nest Balls. That's one thing I forgot about this list. It doesn't play any sort of... It doesn't play any Ultra Balls, is what I'm trying to say. Lots of choice, but does Counter Catcher help us here? Not particularly, but it could. We don't want to reset this Miraidon's attack, though. That's the main problem. So, I think we have to Night Stretcher the Fez now. Purely because of our whiff on the draws. So we'll flip the script. Okay, Cram's a good response here, but the problem is he's on 2 prizes, so Cram is a dead attacker at this point. I can definitely get rid of this Devo. Same with this Devo. I think we just... In fact, we can attack with the Snorlax, can't we? No, I think we're an energy... Yeah, we're an energy short on the Snorlax. Okay, let's just go into the Zacian then. I can put another Dark Energy on the Munkidori, and then Insta Strike, hit the Dynamo. Obviously, this Miraidon cannot attack. That's one of the main things. That's why I'm, like, not too worried that we don't have Bear right now. My main worry is, of course, if he can get a generator going and get this Zekrom powered up. But ideally, I want to try and find Bear. So we did have to burn our Nest Balls quite early. Obviously, we've burnt all our Nest Balls. Obviously, don't help that I misclicked one, but still, you know, mistakes happen. Judging by his slow playing, I think he's kind of boned. What's he going to go into, though? Because we have Counter Catcher. Okay, that's fine. We can take out that Dynamo, which is good. We can obviously take out the Miraidon at the same time, so we can gust that. That's fine. Boss. He's going to try and storm me, I think. Yes. Okay. That is fine, because we have Night Stretchers in deck. So we can go Arven for a Night Stretcher, grab our Latias back, and then free retreat the Snorlax. There's a Mew to start drawing him cards. This is going to be close, though, I will say. It's not going to be, like, easy wins for us. Because he could play Bear as well. Just because he's playing a Zekrom doesn't mean he's not playing a Bear. There's Generator. It's powering up the Iron Hands, which doesn't make any sense. I don't agree with this, but okay. Right, so he's trying to stall us out. So let's go for an Arven. Night Stretcher, Hops Choice Band. Obviously our Hops Cram is offline, so just remember that. I'm more referring to myself, of course. So we'll grab out the Lati. Do that. We can start filling these Hops Choice Bands, but like... we might need them later for another Zacian, but like... realistically, we're not going to use them, so... let's just get rid of those. Into the Zacian. Counter Catcher. The Miraidon. Then Instant Strike for 120, take out the Dynamo. If he's got it, he's got it. Let's see. That's a 3 prize turn with the Zacian. I think he's got game in hand, though. Or at least he's close to it, because obviously he has the Mew. Obviously, having to burn all our Nest Balls is kind of bad. There's another Miraidon. What's his last card in hand, though? I obviously can't play it yet, so it's a Mew for 2. If he gets Boss plus Lightning Energy, he has game with the Iron Hands, which is bad. Obviously, we still need an energy on the bear to actually attack. So even if we do get the bear going, it could still work out bad. We do have a dark energy in the discard pile, so that's one advantage we have. Just got to see what he does now. There's a Latias for free retreat. We can take out anything on this board but bear. We just need to find bear. Okay, he's passed a turn. There's Prime Catcher, though. But that doesn't particularly help us right now. So, let me just think. Don't we just have game with Snorlax? Hold on. I think we have game with Snorlax. Hold on. Okay, we got the Dark Energies. We had E-Switch. So 140, 170, 200, 230. Yeah, we have game with Snorlax. We have the Energy Switch. Energy Switch off the Munkidori onto the Snorlax. Attach for turn. Prime Catcher, because I want to rub his nose in it. The Iron Hands. And yeah, Dynamic Press. That is game. The Snorlax coming in clutch like I thought he would. That was quite an easy dub. Obviously it did get a bit squeaky bum time, and obviously we had to burn those Nest Balls at the start, which didn't help, but ultimately we managed to take that win. That was not bad at all. We didn't even have to use Munkidori that game, but to be fair, you're not going to. But there we go. That was not bad at all. I really enjoyed that. So, what do I think of the deck? I do think it's a pretty fun deck to play. I wouldn't personally take this to a low... I wouldn't even take this to a low goals, in my personal opinion. But genuinely, this felt good to play. Like, it had the lines that I needed, obviously. It had the energy switch to obviously enable me to do that play then, to obviously win the game. But as I said in the decklist part, I do think this deck needs a couple of changes to actually go forward. I think a third Zacian would just make more sense. As I said, an Ultra Ball or two would be also nice, because obviously Nest Balls are nice and all, but like just having the option to discard dead cards, like those Hops Choice Bands at the end were pretty dead cards. I had to attach them to Latias and Fez, so it would have been nice to have an option to get rid of those. Maybe a health ball, or like health boosting tool, or like a damage buff, like a Black Belt would be pretty sneaky to include. I don't think you need it per se, but like just having the option to Black Belt with a bear at the late game for 280 could be something to look into, but still, that's just my take on it. Anyway, I'm going to leave it all to it for today. Really hope you enjoyed seeing Zacian EX, and I'll see you next time.